Okay, here we are. Welcome. Welcome to another, and it's going to be just a body weight session. Fairly vigorous today because we've had a tough week. It's a very downer of a week. It's very gloomy outside, and I thought the more vigorous we could be, maybe we can get our endorphins working and uplift our spirits a little bit, because nothing that's happening this week was very good for uplifting spirits. So let's point the toes forward, lift up those toes, fan them out, and then place them down one at a time so you can fan them wider. Make sure you don't scrunch them under. Then lift up your kneecaps, lift up the front of your body and widen the collarbone, and stand proud and strong and very aligned. And then let's just inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth through pursed lips, so that there's a little pressure created here. Inhale again through the nose and elongate the spine as your ribs go out towards your arms. And as you exhale, keep the length you've established in the spine as your ribs come in towards the midline of the body. Inhale again, get long. And as you exhale, pull your feet apart, because we're going to be doing quite a lot of hip work today and leg work, so we really want those legs to be alive. Inhale here and hold it. And exhale, let it go. Inhale again, elongate the spine as the ribs go wide, fill the lungs completely. And as you exhale, pull your feet together, wake up that inner line of the leg. Inhale and hold that as you elongate and the ribs go wide. And exhale, let that go. Inhale, elongate as your ribs go wide. And as you exhale, you're going to simultaneously pull your feet apart to wake up the outer edge of your leg and pull your frontal hip points toward your navel so that you're engaging the upper part of the lower abdominals. Inhale here, get long. Exhale, let it go. Inhale again, elongate as the ribs go out. And as you exhale, you're going to pull your feet together and pull up on your pelvic floor so that you're activating the lower area of the lower abdominals. Inhale here and hold that. And exhale, let it go. Let's start by just getting our fascia warmed up. It's a little cooler today. So let's just have your arms fold in front of you. You can do just a tiny little flexion as you do that. And then spin your palms so they're facing forward and open your arms back. And as the arms come forward, change the cross of which is forward and which is back every time. As your arms come forward, you should feel a protraction of the shoulder. And as your arms go back, you should feel a retraction of the shoulder. It's slightly flexing the body as you come forward and slightly extending the upper back, not particularly the hip, as you go back. We'll just do a couple more. We're just kind of warming up very gently the spine. We'll do one more in either direction, changing the cross. Feels really good. Easy to do too. And stop. Just be in a very good aligned position. Take an inhale and elongate. And on the exhale, we'll simply flex forward, dropping your head, looking at your shins, making sure your hips haven't moved back. Inhale, engage the pelvic floor and navel. Exhale, come up to standing. And do it again. Inhale, elongate. And exhale, forward flex. Inhale, stay. And exhale, come all the way up until you're standing. Adding on to that one, you're going to inhale. And exhale, make sure your hips don't move back. Your thighs are staying where they are. You're floating down. And then put your hands on your shins. Reach your chest forward and elongate the back, lowering the shoulder blades toward your waist and slightly bringing them toward the spine. Then go down into flexion and come all the way up. When you're standing, you're going to bring those arms over your head and elongate. And then bring them down. Let's do that one again. We're going to flex over, hanging the head. Pull up on your pelvic floor first, then spin your inner thighs back second, then pull your navel in, and then put your hands on your shins, reach your chest forward, your shoulders back towards your waist, drop down into flexion, rounding that spine, come all the way up to standing, bring your arms up, and circle them around. We'll add on in one other dimension, making inhale. And exhale, we're going to fold forward. Inhale, you put your hands on your shins, you engage the pelvic floor, you spin the inner thighs back, you reach your chest forward. Then you go down into flexion. Engage the pelvic floor again, and the navel, come all the way up, reach your arms up to the ceiling, turn your palms forward, come into goalpost arms, and lift your chest while you're simultaneously pulling those thighs back. Then reach the arms up. Let's go down into flexion, this time with the arms next to the ears the whole time, if you can. Hands come on the shin, chest comes forward, pelvic floor engages, abdominals engage. Relax the abdominals as you flex forward, and then come all the way up again, trying not to have the hips and thighs pull back. You're just going to be right where they are. Turn your palms forward, bend into the elbows, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the inner thighs back, tailbone to the heels. Reach the arms up, and then just circle them down. So your spine and your shoulder blades should feel somewhat warmed up. Widen your legs, quite wide, right? And sort of test it, go down once, and see if you can get your thighs parallel to the floor. If your knees are caving in toward the inside of your big toe, talk to them and try to get them to widen so that the middle of the knee is in line with the middle of the line between the second and the third toe. Right, you're going to have your hands down in front of you. Actually, let's cross them, okay? As you go down, sorry, I'm wrong. We're going to go, have your arms out to the side. As you go down, I want you to cross the arms in front. We're going to go down for 2 counts. We're going to come up for 2 counts. You're going to come up, bend the elbows, pull the elbows to the wall in back of you and extend the chest. And go down, down, and up, up, and down, down, go low, and up, up. Keep your back straight, try not to lean forward, up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. I like to go inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Last one. Exhale, exhale, bring your fingertips together, elbows at the same level as your wrists, and go down into your plie. Right, I'm going to get the left knee to be bent more and straighten the right leg as I'm straightening the right arm, shifting weight over to the left. Then don't let your hips lift. You're going to go right over to the right. And we're going to the first side, looking at the extended arm, and then the second. And the first, you might need to widen your legs as you do this. Good, stay low. Don't let those hips creep up. We really want to get into the hips and into the legs. And if you come up further, you will do half as good a job. One more on either side. Come back to the center and stand up. Keep your feet exactly the way they are. Reach your arms out in front of you. I have my palms down. We're going to be going out, out with the arms, and then in, in. Every time we repeat that, we're going to change which way the palms are. So it's either going to be palms down or palms up, and you will feel immediately the change in the shoulder. All right, so arms out. We're going to go down for 2, plieing, straight back. So it's down, down, up, up, turn the palms, down, down, and up, palms down, 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 up, palms up, down, down, up, palms down, 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 up, palms up, down, Up, palms down, 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 up, palms up, down, down, up, palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up, and stop, just hang your arms. We're going to be doing the same thing with the legs that we did the last time. The arms are going to change. Instead of going like that, they're going to be going like that. Okay, feel like you're a paper doll, a scarecrow, whatever. All right, so one elbow bends to the ceiling, the fingers are going to point down, the other one is just straightening down along the side as we shift one side to the other. I'm going to start on the left again. So here we go. We're going one side and the other side. Your upper back is engaged. Your legs are engaged. Try not to change levels as you do this and go as wide as you possibly can. Elbow up. Make sure you don't forget that elbow up. One more on either side. Come back to the center. Turn your toes forward. And just hinge towards me. It's a hinge, it's not a flexion. Keep your chest reaching towards me. You can slide your hands down toward your ankles. See how far they get. See how far your hip crease can go. See how far you can go down, still keeping your back straight. Then reach your chest forward, bring your hands right under your shoulders, and come up in that hinge without flexing. And come all the way up. Good. Going to work on the legs now. Very simple concept. It gets pretty rugged because of the repetitions that we're doing. So we're going to be doing, I'll face you for the first one, squats and lunges. Okay, alternating. But sometimes we'll be doing one squat, one lunge. Then it will be 2 squats, 2 lunges, then 4, and then 8. And so it gets a little tiring. We're going to be doing not alternating legs, but always on the one side, so that the one side is going to get fatigued. That's the purpose of it, to build strength in it. So I'm going to stand to the side. I think you see better when I'm standing to the side. You by no means have to do that. And let's just start. We're going to do 5 repetitions, 1 squat, 1 lunge. It'll always be the right leg going back, okay? So the arms can do what you will. I'm going to reach out as I squat, and then I'm going to go back and lunge. Come back up and squat, same side leg, and lunge. And squat, and lunge, and squat, and lunge. We have one more. Squat and lunge. Now we're going to go squat for 2 and up for 2. Squat for 2 and up for 2. Step back, and we're going to go down, down, and up and down, down, and up. Step forward and down, down in a squat. Do it again, and down, down, and up. Step back, down, down, and up and down, down, and up. Up, step forward, down, down, and up, and down, down, and up. Step back, down, down, and up, and down, down, and up, and down, down in the squat, up, and down, down, and up, and lunge, and up, and lunge, and up. Step forward, squat, and stand, and squat, and stand. Step back, it's down, down, up, down, down, up. Step forward. We're changing to 4s, okay? So now we're going to go 4, 3, squats, 2, 1. Now right leg back, and it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward, squat, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back, it's 4, 3, 2, 1. And go down as low as you can. Get that hip flexion. Keep the back straight. Step back. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. We only have 2 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward. Squat. 2, 3. Feeling it yet? Step back. It's 4, 3, 2. On the last one, stay down. Lean your body, weight forward. You can put your hands on the left thigh. You're just going to bring that back leg in, but keep your hips pretty much where they are. You're going to touch in front and reach back. Touch in front and reach back. Touch front, reach back. Touch front, reach back. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. The leg goes back. You're staying there and bringing your body to vertical. Go down low. And we're going to pulse for 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze those inner thighs together. 7, 8. We have 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay for a second. Lift your chest. Sweep yourself forward. Then you should feel some work on those legs. And we have the whole thing to do on the other side. So we'll do it. Okay, come to one part of your mat. Try not to think about it too much. Endurance is important, just as important as explosive strength. Maybe as we age, it's more important. So we're just building that endurance strength. We'll start with 1 squat, 1 back lunge under a turn so that you can see the left and back. All right, here we go. We're going to squat and lunge, and squat and lunge, and squat and lunge, and squat and lunge. We have 1 more. Squat and lunge. We're going to 2, so we're going to do it in a pulse. It's down, down, up, up, and down, down, up, up. Step back, down, down, up, up, and down, down, up. Step forward, down, down, up, up, down, down, up. Step back, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Step forward, down, up, down, down, up, up. Step back, 2. Last one, down, down, up, down, down, up, up. Step back and lunge, down, lunge, up, lunge, down, lunge, up. Step forward. Going into 4s without that two cycles here. Just do 4 straight lunges, squats. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward. 4. Go down low. 3. Try to keep your back straight. And 1 step back. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward. 4 in a squat. 2, 3, 4. Step back. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. It's 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2. We're going to freeze on this one. Shift our body weight forward. So you feel a lot of tension in this bent leg back hip. And we'll bring the straight leg forward and back, and forward and back. Keep your body weight forward. 4, 5, 6. We have 2 more. 7, 8. Step back. You're still in the lunge. Bring your body to vertical. Go lower. Both knees are bending. Back heel is off the floor. And we're going to pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 6, 5, 4. Go low. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And step up. And shake out your legs a little bit. They should feel warm and worked and strong. At least that's what I'm hoping. Let's do a little side bending. So stand just with your feet parallel. We're gonna, at the beginning, we were a lot lateral, and now we're gonna be more parallel. I'd like you to bring your arms up alongside your ears and elongate. Now, what I don't want is tension in the upper trapezius scalene area. So although you may lift the side of your body, kind of try to soften and relax in those upper shoulder areas. And we're going only to the right as we go over and then come back. Try to have your arms stay quite close to your ears, quite elongated, and parallel to one another, if possible. They can go wider if your body needs that. We have 3 more. Elongate the left side of your body as you're laterally flexing the right. And then we have 1 more. Okay, you're going to take the opposite arm, that's the left, and put it down your back. Take the same side arm, which is your right, and hold on to your elbow. Okay, so now you should feel quite stretched. Try to relax that left shoulder. And we're going to bring the right elbow toward the floor in the same side lateral flexion. And again. And come back. You're going to press the back of your head into that arm in the back to keep your chest lifted. 1 more on either side. 1 more. 2 more. Actually, this is the last one. I'm sorry. Excellent. Okay, now you're going to unconfigure your arms from this and just bring your fingertips behind your skull. The left leg, which I'm stepping out right now, is going to circle in back of the right so that both toes are pointing forward and they're crisscrossed. Okay, and now we're still going right with those elbows wide open and come back. And squeeze the inner thighs together and lift your pelvic floor as you do this so that we get an IT band stretch on the left as well as a lateral flexion. And 1 more. Now carefully drop your arms, keep your legs exactly where they are. And we're going to try to go down in a forward flexion here. Please don't just fall down. Control it, so lift up and imagine that you're coming up and over something as you go down. With any luck, you'll find your fingertips on the floor. You'll drop your head and look at your thighs. You'll squeeze the legs together. And if you want a little more, you don't have to. You're going to walk both hands over to the right and feel the whole left side of the leg from the outer ankle to the outer hip on the left, getting a big stretch. Come back to the center. Maybe lift your head a little bit and come all the way up, hopefully not falling over. Good. And then uncross your legs and let's do the other side. Arms reach to the ceiling and get that elongation in the side of the body and then get rid of the tension in this area up by the neck and shoulders because that'll really do you in and will give you a headache later this afternoon. Okay, try to bring your arms closer if you can. Or if they need to be a little wider, try to lengthen them more. That's fine too. All right, and then they're not connected, so you have to use your muscle power to keep them there. You're going to go over to the left and come back up. And again. And 3. Laterally flexing to the left. So that means we emphasize really rooting down or pushing down into the right foot so that we get the elongated line along the right side of the body. Okay, so we are now going to take the right arm and put it in back of us. So basically, if you can get the fingertips to touch the opposite shoulder blade, it would be great. If there's no way it's going to do that, you're just going to bend it and do what it will do. Okay, and you're holding on to the elbow with the left hand, and you're pulling the right elbow over. And I get a nice deeper stretch along the right side of the body when I do it this way. And again. We have two more. And now we have one more. We're going to release the arms, but put the fingertips in back of your head. The right leg can go out to the side just so that you know where it is, and then bring it around so that it's in back of the left leg, and you squeeze the inner thighs together. And also I squeeze them together front back because it helps me to lengthen out my legs. And then going over to the left and come back. Do it again, elongate and come back. And 3. I like to exhale as I go over. I also like to constantly pull my head back into my hands because that will help relieve that neck tension as well. I think that was 6, but I'm going to do one more because I'm not sure. And come back up and bring your arms down. Okay, now squeeze the legs together, front back. Squeeze the hips together and elongate. Feel like you're in a narrow tube and the tube is getting narrower. And I'm going to do forward folding and get that right hip. So round your head, round your back. Hopefully fingertips touch the floor. Hang your head. Lengthen out those legs if it's not too excruciating for you. And then if you want to, without moving your hip, you're going to move your upper body over to the left and accentuate the stretch on that outer hip. Come back to the center. Maybe lift your head a little bit. Pull your abs in and come all the way up to standing and then uncross your legs. We're going to do a very short rotation workup while we're standing. So it's a fairly easy one. Stretch out both of your arms in front of you. I have my right arm facing you, so I'm going to work that. Keep your hips nice and stable. You're going to bend your right elbow, look at the elbow, and then reach the arm completely long in back of you so you have a straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Then bend the elbow and bring it forward. Pull with the elbow, lengthen the arm. Bend the arm, reach forward. Make sure your hips do not move, but that you're really trying to get the motion to the thoracic spine, middle and upper back. Bend and stretch and bend and return. Inhale and exhale. Let's do the other side. Told you it's a very simple one, but it's effective. Bring the hands forward. The elbow pulls, the arm stretches, and check, what did my hips do? So I have to pull forward on my left hip point so that it doesn't go to the left as I do this rotation. Maybe that's you too. The other thing you can do is pull backward on your right hip point to stabilize your hips. And last one. Good. Drop your arms. For the next one, I'll face you. The arms are going to be out, and the thumbs are going to be down with the palms facing backwards. That is critical. If your palms are facing forward, it's a completely different exercise. So rotate your arms so that the thumbs are down and the palms are facing the back wall. Relax your shoulders down your back. When you lift your arms up, do not lift your shoulders at the same time. Okay, just the arms. So let's go. We're going to bring them up for 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Changing a little bit. You're going to bring it up and then back. Up and back. Up and back. Up, back. Up, down, back, forth. Up, down, back, forth. Now we've got 5 more. Ooh, you really feel this, don't you? 3 and 2 and 1 and stop. Turn your palms down. We're going to do circles, but I want you to emphasize going back and up in the circle, back and up. It's small circle, back and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Enough. And go forward. But now I'm going to think of emphasizing back and down. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. We have 2 more. 11, 12. Turn your right palm up. Your left palm is down and pull back. Now switch. 1 palm up, 1 palm down and pull back. 3 and 4. Don't let those arms lower. And 5 and 6 and 7. Keep elongating, pulling them out of the shoulder socket. Can we do 5 more sets? 1 up, 1 down, always pulling back. Remember, pulling back is the critical thing. Back, back. You're rotating 1, pulling back, and back, and back, and back. So if I'm on the side, that's what it looks like. 2 more sets. 1 more. And bring your arms down. And boy, do your deltoid and rotator cuffs get a workout with that one. I'm going to change the angle of the camera now. We're going to go down on the mat. I will meet you on your side. We're going to start with side lying. So if you need to change the angle of your camera, feel free to do that now. I'm on my left side so that I can face you. I'm all the way down on my side. My legs are straight, in line with my hip socket and my shoulder. However, if you need a little break, you can kick those 2 legs a little bit forward so you feel more like a check mark than a straight line. Lift your waist on the bottom side, rest your head, and for balance, just have your clawed fingertips on the mat in front of you, somewhere comfortable. The legs are stacked. You're going to elongate them. Keep your waist lifted. And with squeezing the legs together, both legs are going to lift together. Remember, you do not want to collapse your waist as you do this. So it's going to be up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. I exhale as I lift because it's harder work. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. At no point do my inner thighs come apart. They're working as a unit, as if I'm a mermaid. Now the next time you go up, come down only halfway. And then the bottom leg is going to go forward as the top leg goes back in a scissor, and you're going to switch. And try to get equal distance front and back with those 2 legs. Sometimes it's easy to get the front leg forward and hard to get the back leg back. See how it is for you, or maybe it's just the top leg that has much more mobility. Is your waist touching? You try not to touch that waist to the floor. One more on either side. Now bring them to the center, but they're not on the floor. The bottom leg only goes down and it comes up. It goes down and up. So depending upon how hard you want to work, you either lift the top leg up higher or bring it a little lower. See what you can do without collapsing your leg. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. 2, and one. Now squeeze them together, hold them up there. Then put the bottom leg down, bend your knee, hold onto your ankle, and bring that leg forward. Now that, I have a pretty long femur, so it's really easy for me to do that. I know that for some people that's not that easy. So if you can't hold on to your ankle, maybe hold on to your knee, anything that's available is good. And flex the bottom leg. Okay, the foot of the bottom leg, lift your waist in case it's sunk onto the floor. And then we're going to lift the bottom leg and lower it. And lift it and lower. And lift and lower. And lift and lower. And lift and lower. We're getting inner thigh of the back leg. We have 2 more here. And then we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and put the leg down. Now you have your hand on your ankle to begin with. See if you can hold it there, okay? And, well, maybe not. Bring it onto the outside. And with the bottom leg straight, align the 2 knees. So the top knee is not forward, but it's right over the bottom knee. Lift your waist. Okay, now pull your heel into your glute so you get a little quad stretch. And then with that heel close to the glute, start moving the knee of the top leg back until you feel a stretch across the front of your hip, which is where your hip flexor is. Now, pull your foot into your hand. So instead of the heel being near the butt, the heel is going toward the back wall, and you feel your shoulder retracting, retracting, retracting. And then bring the 2 knees so that they're aligned, hold on to the foot, and flip over onto your stomach. You can bend the left hand and you can rest your forehead across that forearm if you want to. I want you to point the toes to the left and press the ankle toward the floor to elongate the top of the foot. Bend your right elbow and pull the right heel into your right sit bone, much as you can. And then start reaching that leg away from you so that it's moving away from your butt, and your arm starts elongating. And as the foot keeps moving, your shoulder retracts and you pull your upper body up into a bit of an extension. And by pressing down into those left toes, maybe you can lift the right thigh off the floor. Then you're going to put it down. Take a moment to rest. And we'll do the whole thing on the other side. So let's switch around. You can just turn over if you like to. I like to not be facing away from the camera much, but then I can see you better. And we're trying to establish either a long line or a check mark. Head is down, waist is up. Hand for balance is on the front of the mat, just lightly. It's not gripped there, just there. And make sure your shoulder of the top arm is back, not rounding forward. Okay, squeeze your inner thighs. And we're going up, up, and down, down, up, up, down, down. Feel the work. Rejoice that your body is strong enough to do this work. Make sure that they don't separate. Hold it there. Hold them tight together. Then lower it a little bit. Bottom leg goes forward, top leg goes back, and switch. You're going to try to keep those scissors parallel to the floor. You're going to try to keep your upper body as quiet as you can, the whole movement, so that we're stabilizing the head to the tailbone. And we're mobilizing the legs. We've got 5 more. 4. I know you could do them faster, but you wouldn't feel the muscular action as clearly. 1 more. Now you can put the bottom leg down. The top leg is going to be at any height that you think you can reach with the bottom leg. So lift the bottom leg up and bring it down. Lift it up, engage those inner thighs, and think of elongating and lifting, not just lifting. When I used to lift, my knee would bend. So I have to really think, elongate and lift. We have 2 more. And we have 1 more. We're going to hold it here for a second. Then put the bottom leg down. Hold on to your ankle. Bring the ankle to the front so it's right in front of the other thigh. Okay, flex your bottom foot. I always find that's helpful in this. And lift your waist because maybe it collapsed. Mine always does. All right, here we go. Bottom leg is going to be up and 2, nice and slowly. 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the 10th one, you're holding it up there, and we're pulsing upward to the ceiling for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Hold it up. Bring it down. Change your hand, I think, to the outside of the ankle. Align the 2 knees. So the top knee is definitely right over the bottom knee. Lift your waist. First, you're going to pull the heel into your sit bone. And for those of us with really tight thighs, that's horrible. Okay, so I understand your pain. All right, now you're going to start moving the knee back, the bent leg knee, till your shoulder retracts a little bit. And then you're going to pull the foot into the hand so you establish more of a rounded wheel look on the top side of the body. And then bring it in, straighten out that bottom arm, and flip over onto your stomach. When you're on your stomach, the 2 knees should be next to one another, or at least very close. They should not be wide from one another. And if you don't like the holding of the outside of the ankle, another very good grip that I actually prefer is to hold the inside of the ankle, but it's really up to you. And you're going to bend your elbow and pull your heel towards your sit bone, and make sure that you're pressing the front of the hip down when you're doing that, because should you be lifting the hip up, you're not getting a hip flexor stretch at all. And this is a quad hip flexor stretch. Okay, and then you're resting your head on your forearm, and you start moving your heel away from your butt. I'm going to change grip. I think it would be better for me. And then reach your leg long. Have it start pulling your upper body into an extension. Press into the right toes and lift the left leg off and just hold that. Bring it down, release the foot, cross the arms, rest your forehead. Okay, push yourself back into a little shell stretch, rounding your back. And then sit. And when you sit, instead of having the legs together, you want your legs apart so that they're about the width of the mat, maybe a little wider. Okay, reach your hands in the middle so that they're about shoulder height, and then scoop your pelvis under and roll down very slowly. And you know, the inner thighs really make a difference here. You have no inner thigh connection here, the way we usually do to roll down. And for most people, that makes it a little harder. Now we're going to roll up and do a seated saw. So of course, if you need help with the roll up, you're going to have your hands come to the ceiling, your head and shoulders come up. You start coming up. When you get stuck, you bend your knees and hold behind your thighs. If you can come up, you're just going to come up. And the opposite hand, for me, it's the right. It's going to go to the outside of the left pinky toe. The back palm spins up, and we pulse here. 1, 2, 3. We come back to the center. We go to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Come back to the center. Roll down slowly. Remember, engage the pelvic floor. Try to engage the inner thighs, even though they're not touching. Squeeze them together, even though they're apart. Let's do that again. We're going to go to the right first, so it's the opposite side that you went to the last time. Fingertips to the ceiling, head and shoulders up. Try to roll through the lower back. Don't avoid it. And then opposite arm to opposite leg. Pulse 3 times. Elongate. 2. Pull your hip flexors back. Reach up. Other side. So think of hip crease moving back, back, back. Come up in rotation. Come back to the center. Roll down slowly, slowly, slowly. As if somebody has your hands and they're letting you go so gently. And now that you know what we're doing, we're going to do it faster. We'll do 2 more. We're going to come back up and start turning and reaching. 1, 2, 3. Come up, reach your arms out, turn to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Come back up, bring it to the center. Roll down. Reach your arms over your head. Come up. And turn to the opposite side and pulse 1, 2, 3. Come up to an L. Turn to the other side and pulse 1, 2, 3. Come back up to the center. Reach forward. Tilt the pelvis so that you're like a rocking horse. And go all the way down. Bring your right arm either out to the side from your shoulder or over your head. Bring your left hand behind your head. You're going to keep the legs wide. The right long arm is going to come up and cross the body as the left leg comes into tabletop. And then you're going down. And do it again. 2. And 3. And 4. We have 4 more like this. Really twist the body. Try to have the bent arm elbow hold to the floor. We've got 1 more. Now, similar move, but the leg is not going to come to tabletop. It's going to go straight up to the ceiling. So lift and lift and lift and lift. We have 4 more. It's 4 and 3. Lift the upper body and twist it. 2. And use those hip flexors. 1 to lift the leg. Change sides. Okay. Other arm out. Right hand behind the head. Left arm either out to the side or over the head. I tend to prefer overhead, but if you prefer out to the side, it's fine. Whichever works for you better. You're coming up. The right leg goes into tabletop. The left arm crosses, and you go down on the mat. It's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 2 more and 7 and 8. We're going to go into straight leg now for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come down, bring your legs together. Have your arms to the side. Sweep yourself up until you're sitting. Bring your hands behind you on the mat. The elbows can be a little bit bent if you have long arms. The legs should be straight. You're going to lift up into a supine plank. So draw your shoulder blades together, point your toes, and you're going to lift up into the plank. Lower down from the plank and immediately bend your legs into a rolling like a ball position. Stretch it out, come up into your plank. Bring it down, immediately pull the legs in and off the floor, pull your tummy muscles in, reach it out. Lift up, come down, pull those tummy muscles, pull the knees into your chest, stretch out. We've got 2 more. Lift and lower, pull in and reach, and bring it out, and lift and lower, pull it in and reach, and then put your hands behind your thigh for a second. Okay? Very slowly, if you can, try to get your ankles a little higher, reach your arms out, and roll yourself down onto the mat. Try not to avoid the low back. Good. Put your right leg down. Keep your left leg in tabletop. Reach your arms over your head. Fingertips are going to come to the ceiling. Make sure the right leg is not very close in, but a little bit stretched out on the mat. You're going to roll your upper body up. Okay, and then you're going to interlace your fingers into just a very broad loop and twist to one side. Twist to the other side, come back, keep that leg up and roll down. Second variation, you're coming up again. So really go through the low abdominals, good. Reaching your arms out. Now here, the arms are going to go up to the ceiling as the leg stretches out. Then they're going to come down and forward, and you're going to roll down. On the third one, you're coming up. And as you go down, the arms will stay reaching forward, and the leg will reach forward and pull it in. Go down and up and down and up. It's called a V up with one leg. We have just one more. Hip flexor heaven up. Woo. And let's do the other side. Right leg in tabletop, left leg on the floor. We're going down. Fingertips to the ceiling. Head and shoulders are coming up. We make that little hoop. And we go toward the bent leg, away from the bent leg. Reach the arms out, roll down. Second variation, fingertips to the ceiling. Head and shoulders lift, imprint that back. Roll through your imprint. And then the leg elongates as the arms elongate over your head. You bring it back with control. You lower down. Third time, you just come up. And then we do the V-ups. The leg stretches and lowers as the body comes down to the shoulder blades and lift. Stretch and lower, lift and pull. Stretch and lower, lift and pull. 2 more, stretch and lower. Lift and pull, 1 more, stretch and lower, lift and pull both knees into your chest so that you're rolling like a ball position. And just hold here. And pull in closer, see if you can stretch that low back more. See if you can really relax your shoulders more. Can you touch your nose to your knees? Really engage those lower abdominals. And then just put your knees down. Let's flip over onto our stomach for a second. And we'll start fairly easily with the breaststroke. Legs are wide. Arms are wide. Tummy muscles are pulled in, but the pubic bone is down. Do a shoulder roll. Reach out through the crown of the head. On the inhale, actually blow out all your air. Take an inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, you're going to lift your whole upper body, including your arms that are in a W configuration. So elongate the body and lift, then reach your arms out and swing them around in a breaststroke. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale, 2 more. Exhale, inhale, 1 more. Exhale, inhale, put your arms down. and go down. Now, bring your hands close to the body and make sure your fingertips are close to your ribs, not close to your shoulders. 4. So they're right close to your ribs. Now squeeze your elbows together, bring your knees parallel to one another, and engage your abdominals so much that you feel the whole lower body sort of lifting a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades and pull them towards your hips. And then you're just simply going to elongate the arm and come up into a knee plank. And then you want to go down the same way. It is not, you're going to feel your thighs and then your pelvis and then your belly. No, you're going to feel your chest first. So elongate, keep the belly muscles engaged, and go down. We're just going to do 3 like that. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Reach your arms out in front of you. And then we're going to lift both arms and legs off the floor into what some people call a star stretch. I think of it as skydiver, but star is nice. So you just lift the appendages and extend through the chest and through the hips, and just hold it. And then bring it down. Come up onto your forearms. Turn your toes under and lift your hips so that you're in a plank. We're just going to hold a simple plank. Make sure you feel a little posterior tilt of the pelvis so that you feel that pinch of the low back go away. We'll hold it just for a little bit longer. Now, without dropping your hips, bend your left knee and put it on the ground. Okay? Keep your shoulders even. So you're partially supported by the left knee. And then the right leg is going to lift and lower. Got 3 more. Hold it there and go out. Start with the leg parallel. Then you're going to rotate it and bring it towards your armpit and then stretch it back. It's laterally rotating, knee to the side, and then straight leg back. Knee to the side, straight leg back. Knee to the side, straight leg back. 2 more. Knee to the side, straight leg back. Knee to the side, straight leg back. Put the knee down. Okay? Other side, right knee is down, left leg elongates. And for 6 times, you're going to lift it and lower it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it up. Go out and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's going to bend in and come out. You feel the rotation of the leg and the hips happen. 3 and 4. 2 more. And 5 and 6. Good. Go down onto your stomach just to rest a second. Okay, so now come up into a knee plank, please. You want your shoulders right over your wrists. Okay, and we're going to have the right leg back. Left leg is hanging down under your hips. I want you to round your back in a cat stretch. The left leg just hangs off the floor as you lift it off the floor and go down. So you're rounding your back and then going down. Exhale, lift, pull the abdominals and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. 1 more time. Lift, hold it there for a second, and lower. Pivot the knee that's on the ground. Keep the left hand where it is, and you're going to switch over until you're in a side plank. Okay, it's a supported side plank. The top leg is long. The bottom leg is lifted, and lift your chest. You're going to take the bottom leg and lift it to the top leg. Oops, and down. Lift it and lower it. Lift it, lower it. Lift it, lower it. We have 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it down, reach the top arm up, and you're going to rotate the upper body so the arm comes under the armpit, and then reach it to the ceiling. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, reach. 2 more. Rotate and reach. Rotate and reach. And then come back into your knee plank. And we will start on the other side. Okay, so you're going to have the let's see, left leg, no, right leg back, left leg is hanging. Is that right? I hope so. Nope, I'm wrong. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight. And we'll go into that calf stretch, lifting the right bent leg off the floor and around and release. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now you're going to get a back view for me, taking the bottom leg and pivoting it out to the side, coming over into that supported side plank. I often have to move my hand a little bit out to really engage my lats and my serratus anterior. You might have to do that too. So don't assume it has to be directly under your shoulder. And then the bottom knee is going to come up and meet the top and go down. Lift, try not to sink the hips. 3 and 4, we have 2 more. 5 and 6. Top arm goes up. Get yourself as long as a flagpole along the spine, and then rotate and come back. You shouldn't feel the top hip moving forward as you rotate. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale. And come back onto all fours. Sit down with your legs crossed. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Turn them inside out. Let your upper body flex as you pull your tummy back, and you can feel your shoulders protract. And then elongate the spine. Try not to have the hands inside out. Now turn them the other way. And lift your chest and elongate your arms. Come back and turn your hands inside out. And flex. Shoulders down, but broad across the back. And come up. Lift your chest and elongate. Side bend to one side. Side bend to the other side. Get firmly on your sit bones. Pull your abs in. Stretch forward. Hang your head and get the hip stretch. Can you pull your hip creases back a little bit more, getting deeper into those hip flexors and go down closer to the. Then come back in. Change the cross of your legs. Change the interlace of the fingers. So if you had one thumb on top, make sure the other thumb is on top. It feels awkward, you're right. And we're going to flex again and protract, but not elevate the shoulders. Then straighten out the back, elongate it, bring your arms up overhead, maybe lift your chest if you can. Try not to push your low back forward as you do this. Flexion again. Neutral or extension again. Come back to the center. What did we, we side bent. 1 and to the other side. 1 more to either side. And then elongating the spine for as long as you can possibly make it. You're just going to come forward without lifting your sit bones. Let your arms rest on the ground. Give yourself a moment to allow the hips to understand they're being stretched. Pull your navel back towards your spine. Pull your hip creases deep into your body and inch your hands a little bit more forward without lifting your sit bones off the mat. If you have tension in your neck, just try to relax it. Drag your arms back. And that's it for today. And the sun is peeking through, so maybe we've lightened the mood all the way around. Thanks for joining me. I'm playing with props for Monday. I have them almost decided. I'll send everybody an email about what we're going to be using. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope the weekend for all of us is better than the week that preceded it. And anybody who wants to say anything, they've taken away the function of unmuting at the end. I used to have an unmute all button. I don't now. And I can't unmute you individually. You have to do it. So
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thanks, Bonnie.
you're
Thanks.
welcome. Okay. So stay safe, stay out of trouble, stay politically active, and hope to see you Monday. Okay. Take care.